All right, welcome back. Martin Folse here with Miss Debbie Cox Denova. There you see her. And she is a transformational coach. And Debbie, we were talking on the last segment about how you turn anxieties into positives, how you take that, what I guess everyone would perceive as negative energy, and make it a positive.
Yes, absolutely.
So I want to hear more about that.
Absolutely. So, and just for your viewers at home, if you want to look more into the limbic system, PFC seesaw, you can read about it in a book called Your Brain at Work by David Rock. Okay, and then I want to give you one more strategy, like a really, really powerful strategy for managing stress. And by the way, some stress is good, right? We need stress, a little amount of stress to accomplish goals or to be alert when danger
Or
is
to motivate.
or to motivate, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So stress, not all stress is not bad, but when it becomes overwhelming is when we want to talk about this, because again, then you have this experience of the amygdala, the limbic system going crazy, and then the reasoning part of your brain goes offline, and that's when you start making choices for yourself that are not quite so good, right? So this next strategy comes from the research of Andrew Huberman. So if you want to look more into that, that's where to look. And it's called the physiological sigh. Okay, so now the physiological sigh is a natural phenomenon that we see in human beings when they're in claustrophobic situations, or if they're in deep sleep and there's a carbon dioxide buildup in the lungs that needs to be off-charged. Okay, so the body naturally does this. You see it sometimes in babies too, where it's 2 inhales followed by a long extended exhale. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, so 2 inhales followed by an extended exhale. That second inhale is going to be shorter typically than the first one, but it's very important because the people think of your lungs as, 2 sacs of oxygen. But really it's 2 sacs of oxygen that is covered by these millions of tiny sacs, okay, that are often deflated. And if you actually took those sacs and you spread them out, the volume would be as wide as a tennis court, okay? So what happens in that second inhale is that you inflate the deflated little sacs around your lungs, and you bring in more oxygen to your body, and that way on that long extended exhale you are discharging more carbon dioxide. So the ideal way that researchers have found to do this is the 2 inhales actually through the nose, which I don't know if I demonstrated that or not, but you're going 2 inhales through the nose and then 1 exhale out. If for whatever reason you can't breathe through your nose or your mouth, it's okay to do it all through the nose or all through the mouth, but the ideal way is through the nose and then exhale through the mouth.
Is that why, in our line of work, and I'm sure doctors and nurses are at it right now big time,
Yeah.
they're always on the go. They're heightened.
Yes.
And it's for hours. They're heightened, and then when they do get that one break, you start yawning real deep. You just drain.
Yeah.
That's your body just saying, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, a lot of times, and the body wasn't designed to go on, be in a chronic state of stress every single day all the time. Eventually things break down. It's a beautiful, our bodies are very good at managing different stresses, but if we put it under stress for too long, and there are many stresses coming at us right now through lifestyle and also through what we're processing in the news and what's happening around us, then lots of different things can happen. Mistakes can be made, important mistakes at work, and also your general health and well-being can break down. You make yourself more vulnerable. You lower your immune system. So strategizing around managing these stresses, both in practice and lifestyle, and also in the moment, is really, really important. And one of the main things I want to say too about the physiological sigh is that on the exhale, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the nervous system that is all about rest and digest, versus the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, which is what you're in when you're in that chronic stress, right? Fight or flight. So that's great if you got an actual threat, like a tiger or something like that. But if you are just going through your day and you actually need yourself to be online with the more reasoning part of your brain, you want to be able to manage yourself. And when you feel yourself come off the piece, you can do that exhale, and what they found is it activates this cranial nerve that starts right here at the cranium and goes all the way down to the colon and sort of meanders all around. It's got a ton of functions. It touches all of the most all of these major organs and has certain functions. But one of the main functions, they call it the Queen of Peace, is that on that long extended exhale, it actually slows your heart rate down and sends the signal to your body, to your nervous system, that all is well. Everything's okay. There's nothing that's actually a legitimate threat. So if you're practicing the physiological sigh, it usually only takes one of those breaths to start bringing your parasympathetic nervous system online. It might take up to 3, but once that's happened, now you're in a better place to respond. So,
You know, I find that some people fish, some people take vacations. I get on my bobcat and move some dirt around.
there you go.
I think everybody just has a different way of doing it.
Absolutely. The bobcat is your meditative practice.
There you go. Well, look, that's some great information. So I guess with about a minute left,
Yeah.
for people who are really anxious or have a lot of anxiety right now, there is a way out of it.
There is a way out of it. There are so many ways out of it, but the 3 that I would say that you want to use in the midst of what's happening is to remember to name it to tame it, right? And then you want to reappraise it, tell a different story, because you're the storyteller of your life. And then third, remember the physiological sigh, 2 inhales followed by a long extended exhale. This is what research tells us is the best way to bring yourself back online into a state of peace and calm.
2 inhales through the nose, right?
2 inhales through the nose if you can do it. If you got a
Yeah.
stuffy nose, just do it through the mouth.
Right.
It's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Debbie, thank you so much. Great information, and I guess we'll see you next time around.
Yes, we will.
All right, there you have it. Debbie Cox Denova. This has been Good Vibes. We'll see you again on the next go-around.